Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. India votes in the third phase of parliamentary election. 93 seats up for grabs across 11 states and union territories. Prime Minister Narendra Modi casts his vote in Ahmedabad. Other prominent leaders also exercise their franchise across many states. Israel vows to continue Rafah operation even after Hamas sends its response to the ceasefire deal, says terms did not meet its demands. Qatari delegation heads to Cairo for truce talks. Vladimir Putin to be sworn in for the sixth term as president of Russia on Tuesday. US, most EU nations and Canada to skip ceremony. Ukraine sees no legal grounds for recognizing him. Donald Trump warned of jail time by judge in hush money trial for violating gag order. Also fined $1,000 and held in contempt of court for a 10th time on Monday. Let's get to the latest on the world's largest democratic election in India. Voting is underway for the third phase of India's general elections in 93 constituencies across 11 states and union territories. With Surat already secured by the BJP unopposed, voting is taking place in 25 seats in Gujarat, 11 seats in Maharashtra, 10 seats in Uttar Pradesh and the remaining 14 of the 28 seats in Karnataka. Voting is also taking place in constituencies in Chhattisgarh, Bihar, Assam, West Bengal, Goa and the Union Territory of Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. Over 1,300 candidates are vying for victory in the third phase, with 120 of them being women. Among the prominent contenders are notable figures like Union Ministers Amit Shah, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Mansukh Mandavia, Purushottam Rupala, Prahlad Joshi and SP Singh Baghel. The fate of former Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai and AIUDF representative Badruddin Ajmal will also be decided in this phase. In Uttar Pradesh, the current phase is important for Mulayam Singh Yadav's family, with Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav's wife Dimple Yadav aiming to retain the Mainpuri Lok Sabha seat. Aditya Yadav, the son of SP National General Secretary Shivpal Yadav, is making his electoral debut from the Budaun Lok Sabha seat. A notable contest will also take place in Maharashtra's Baramati between NCP chief Sharad Pawar's daughter Supriya Sule and Sunetra Pawar, wife of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi cast his vote at Nishan Higher Secondary School in Ahmedabad, which falls under the Gandhinagar Lok Sabha seat. It is the seat from where Home Minister Amit Shah is also contesting. Gujarat, a key battleground with 25 parliamentary seats, is up for grabs in the third phase of Lok Sabha elections. After casting the vote, Prime Minister showed his inked finger and greeted the crowd gathered there. He also signed portraits of him made by his fans. Later, speaking to media persons, Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged people to come out and cast their vote in record numbers. He added that their active participation will certainly make the elections more vibrant.
आज तीसरे चरण का मतदान है। मैं देशवासियों को विशेष रूप से आग्रह करूंगा कि लोकतंत्र में मतदान ये सामान्य दान नहीं है। हमारे देश में दान का एक महात्म्य है और उसी भाव से देशवासी ज्यादा से ज्यादा मतदान करें।
Prime Minister also said that India's election process, election management, is an example for the world's democracies to learn from. He added that the world's biggest university should do a case study.
हम लोगों ने देश में भारत की चुनावी प्रक्रिया कैसी है, चुनावी मैनेजमेंट कैसा है और दुनिया के लोकतंत्र के लिए ये बहुत ही बड़ा सीखने योग्य एग्जाम्पल है। दुनिया की बड़ी बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटी ने केस स्टडी करना चाहिए। आज दुनिया में करीब 64 कंट्रीज में चुनाव है, उन सबका कंपैरिजन करना चाहिए। और ये वर्ष एक प्रकार से लोकतंत्र का उत्सव न सिर्फ भारत में, पूरी दुनिया में है। और भारत ने दुनिया में जो भी अच्छी चीजें हैं वो चुनावी व्यवस्था में विकसित की है। और मैं मानता हूं कि इलेक्शन कमीशन इसके लिए बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन का अधिकारी है। आप सब मीडिया के मित्र तो अब भारत में 900 से ज्यादा टीवी चैनल्स हैं, 5000 से ज्यादा दैनिक अखबार निकलते हैं और वो तो पूरी तरह चुनाव के रंग में रंगे जाते हैं। और इसलिए हर एक का प्रयास और यही मंथन है जो लोकतंत्र को भी मजबूत करता है और देश को भी मजबूत सरकार देता है। तो मैं इसमें योगदान देने वाले एक लोकतंत्र के महायज्ञ में जो भी जितनी आहुति दे रहा है, सब अभिनंदन के अधिकारी हैं।
Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, along with his wife, cast his vote in Kalaburgi. The Congress President appealed to the voters to come out and exercise their right to vote. Former Karnataka Chief Minister and BJP candidate from Haveri, Basavaraj Bommai, also exercised his right to vote during the early hours of voting today. Union Minister and BJP candidate from Dharwad, Prahlad Joshi, cast his vote. Congress has fielded Vinod Asuti from Dharwad Lok Sabha constituency. Union Minister and BJP candidate from Agra constituency, SP Singh Baghel, also exercised his right to vote in Agra. Samajwadi Party has fielded Suresh Chand Kardam from Agra. BJP leader Shahnawaz Hussain cast his vote in Bihar's Supaul. All right, to get more updates on the ongoing election, we're joined in by Aisha Khanam from Hubli, Karnataka, and also Gautam Roy is joining us from Murshidabad, West Bengal. Aisha, first coming to you. Karnataka has recorded a 24.7% voter turnout so far for the 14 seats till 11:30 a.m. Get us more on what are you picking up when we talk of the voter turnout, and also help us understand the political contest, the highlights of these particular 14 seats that are up for grabs today. What is it that is making the third phase significant in Karnataka?
Well, Preeti, this is the second phase in Karnataka and the polling has been brisk since morning. And beating the heat, people are turning up in large numbers to vote, because since morning we have seen huge queues like these behind me. You can see because the Election Commission was anticipating that because of heat the turnout could be lower. But here the people, the voters have surprised everyone, and they are turning out in huge numbers with lot of enthusiasm to vote across North Karnataka, which is voting on 14 seats. This is the second phase for Karnataka. Now, this is a very important election for North Karnataka as such. Right now, North Karnataka is staring at huge drought. But besides this, there are issues, the issues of law and order, the issues of women's safety, especially the place where I am standing was a ground zero, wherein a young student was murdered in a broad daylight in Hubli. So that has changed the equation and the landscape of entire political narration in this region. So Prahlad Joshi is in the fray from Hubli, whereas Mallikarjun Kharge's son-in-law in Gulbarga district is one of the very important contests that we are seeing in North Karnataka, because for Mallikarjun Kharge this is an important election because if his son-in-law wins, it means a victory for Mallikarjun Kharge to avenge the defeat which he faced, which he tasted in 2019, which was the first time in his career. So that is a very important seat in Gulbarga. But right now there are a lot of youngsters I see who are coming out to vote. There are youngsters with a lot of enthusiasm coming out to vote here, and I have with me one such young man. What's your name?
My name is Brishab Bang.
So is this your first voting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's my first time.
Okay, so what is enthusiasm among the youth in Hubli?
Yes,
what are
ma'am.
the issues that you are thinking?
So the social media, the advent of social media has brought a lot of change in youth generation. You can see a lot of youth people coming around here, people like me, who have been standing over here since morning. So it's good that we see youth and people like me coming over and casting their votes.
What is that? What is the that you are looking at? What kind of expectations do you have from this election?
More, I can see more because the manifesto, what has been driven from both the parties, the India and the UPA, which is now known as India.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of manifestos shown from them. Women's safety, to be precise, which is happening in Karnataka, which is a flaw. And more of a socialist perspective from both the ends. We want to see a socialist change and a transparent government in the near future.
So a lot of expectations from the youth here, Preeti. They are expecting a lot of changes. They are expecting, better safety for the youth and also for women. As I said, this is the ground zero where the young student Neha was murdered, and this has really changed the landscape of narration. That the parties were following here. So for the BJP, this is the place. The BJP holds all the 14 seats in this region from 2019 elections. So for the BJP, it has a challenge to defend all the 14 seats, whereas for Congress it has to work hard to get at least one seat or two seats in this region as such. But right now the Congress has been campaigning on the fact that this is a battle of guarantees, which is the 5 guarantees of the state government versus the Modi ki guarantee. So this is a battle, this was a narrative that was set, but then the law and order issue, the drought, the farmers issue, these are also the issues which are looking, which are on the minds of the people when they are coming to vote in large numbers in Karnataka. So on the other hand, former Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai has a neighboring constituency, Haveri, and he is contesting from there for the first time for the Lok Sabha election. Then there is a former Chief Minister Jagdish Shettar who is contesting from Belgaum, and also there are young Turks for the first time who are in this election. Like in Belgaum, we see Minister Lakshmi Hebalkar's son Mrinal Hebalkar, who is contesting from Belgaum. So there is a mix of young and experienced candidates who are in the fray in this election. So over 282 candidates in this 14 seats, and about 2.5 crore voters who are expected to vote during the day. But right now the EC feels it is quite a satisfactory number, quite a satisfactory turnout till now, considering the heat, considering the adverse weather that North Karnataka was seeing. Although EC has made all the arrangements for the voters to turn out in large numbers. Preeti?
All right, Aisha, I'll take that forward to Gautam, who's joining us from Murshidabad, West Bengal. Gautam, 32.82% voter turnout has been recorded for the 4 seats till 11 a.m. Impressive, that is. Get us more as to what more are you picking up from the ground, and also help us understand the political contest, the political landscape in West Bengal with 48 MPs. West Bengal is the 3rd largest contributor in the Lok Sabha, seats. Help us understand how crucial is the poll contest there when we talk of the prospects of the parties.
Right, Preeti. Let me just begin by saying that it is, of course, well past noon, and It's been warm in large parts of North India, and this is the east where the humidity also peaks. The weather was nice in the morning, but now the sun is right on top of our heads. But I'm standing in the shade because what the Election Commission has done here, the Electoral Office has done here, is provided shade to voters who are queuing up, which is why you could still see, despite it being past noon, some people queuing up. And among them, there's a young lady with me right now. She's 19 years old. Titli is her name. Titli, you're a first-time voter?
Yes, this is my first time.
Okay, so how did it go?
I only expect changes in the country. So, do as your do from your heart, and I expect changes only.
What do you expect? Are you studying? Are you looking forward to getting into the country's workforce and contributing to the progress of the country?
As a student, I only need employment. So, I'm looking for that. And that's it.
All right. So people with all kinds of aspirations are coming here with to exercise their franchise. And if I tell you about the political context of Murshidabad and the 3 seats that are going to polls along with it, we saw in the first 2, because in West Bengal, elections are taking place in all 7 phases. It's been segmented by the Election Commission because there's an apprehension, there's a bit of a culture of violence during elections in West Bengal. So in the first phase, there were 3 seats, in the second there was some more, and now in 4. And this is in the Gangetic Plains. So here, there is the influence of the Congress, which is waning. It's now vestigial, some people say. There is the BJP, which has moved in, and it won in 2019 the Uttar Malda seat. And there's TMC with 2 seats, which is Murshidabad and with Jangipur as well. At one time, Jangipur used to be represented by India's president, who's no more, Pranab Mukherjee. So Congress used to have a stronghold here. It shifted to the left, then to TMC, and the BJP is the new player in this region. And it's to be seen whether the TMC can retain the 2 seats that it has here. This is the first time in this election, in the 3rd phase, that the TMC is being challenged in this manner, because before that, in the north, in Bengal, West Bengal, it was primarily BJP which held the 2019 seats. And we've seen that play out as well, because in Murshidabad itself, although there have been no casualties, no fatalities as yet, there have been some incidents of crude bomb explosions since the morning. And we've seen in Jangipur the BJP's candidate Dhananjay Ghosh being involved in a tussle, a bit of a push and pull, and some angry words with a TMC office bearer. And we've also seen the CPM's candidate Mohammad Salim here in Murshidabad confronting what he claimed was a fake polling agent and sort of handing him over to the police. So things got a little heated, but nothing has gone out of hand as yet.
All right, Gautam, we leave it here. Thank you for joining in with those details, and thank you, Aisha, for joining in with those inputs. So those were Gautam and Aisha joining us, telling us more about how polling is picking up in West Bengal and Karnataka, respectively. Also, as the 3rd phase of polling is underway, voters are showing enthusiasm since morning. In Uttar Pradesh's Sambhal, 4 generations of a family came out to vote together and also urged people to come out and vote in large numbers. DD India's correspondent Amritpal Singh reports.
I'm right now standing in Sambhal in Uttar Pradesh. This is not a political story. This is a story where 4 generations have come. I have with me Parmeshwar Lal Saini. He's the BJP candidate from Sambhal. I'll not ask him political questions. What I want to tell you is that he's come with his father, he's come with his children, he's come with his granddaughter. So there are 4 generations of the family.
प्रथम चुनाव उससे भी कर रहा हूँ सन 53 में हुआ था पहला चुनाव अब तब कर रहा हूँ बराबर.
So that's the father of the candidate. Let me talk to his granddaughter. I understand you're a first-time voter. Why are you here?
To choose my candidate, local candidate.
Okay. And why should people be voting?
For the development of the area, and it is very important to vote your candidate so that you can get better opportunities in your local area and in all over India.
सभी लोकसभा के मतदाताओं को मेरा नमस्कार है और सभी से मेरी अपील है कि इस बार मत का प्रयोग करें, जलपान बाद में करें, पहले मतदान करें.
So that's the message emanating out of Sambhal. Go out, cast your vote. That's not just your duty, but also your right. With cameraman Yogesh Kumar, this is Amritpal Singh for DD India in Sambal.
An high level of enthusiasm was seen in voters in Chhattisgarh, where eligible voters walked over 8 kilometers in hilly areas to exercise their right to vote for Phase 3 polls in Sarguja constituency. Long queues were also seen in Chhattisgarh's Keharia for Phase 3 polling in Korba parliamentary constituency. Despite scorching heat, aware voters came out and participated in the Festival of Democracy. The Election Commission of India has set up a model polling station in West Bengal's Malda, featuring the famous mangoes of the district. You're watching DD India Live. We're heading for a short break. Stay with us. As India decides in the world's largest election,
we help you feel the pulse of the nation.
I am Sakal Bhatt.
I am Shubhendu Ghosh.
This election season, join us on a journey of India.
We are in Assam. This is the tea city of India.
From down south, Tamil Nadu.
Discover the colors of democracy.
Gateway to northeast of India.
Coastal state of Kerala. Watch Poll Pulse on DD India.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India Live. Let's get to international updates now. Hamas on Monday agreed to a Gaza ceasefire proposal from mediators, but Israel said that the terms did not meet its demands. The development in the 7-month-old conflict comes as Israeli military pressed ahead with strikes in Rafah on Gaza's southern edge from air and ground. This comes after it ordered residents to leave parts of the city. After Hamas accepted the proposal, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said the deal fell short of their demands, but still would send a delegation to meet with negotiators to try to reach an agreement. Qatar's foreign ministry said its delegation will head to Cairo on Tuesday to resume indirect negotiations between Israel and Hamas. Vladimir Putin will be sworn in for the 6th term as president of Russia on Tuesday. The United States and most European Union nations will not attend the ceremony. The U.S. State Department said U.S. did not consider that the election was free and fair. Britain, Germany and Canada also said that they would not send anyone to attend the ceremony. Putin won a landslide victory in the presidential election in March. In another major setback to Donald Trump, the judge in the hush money trial has fined him $1,000 and held him in contempt of court for a 10th time on Monday for violating a gag order. The judge further warned that the violations could land the former president in jail. This was punishable by a fine of up to $1,000 or jail time of up to 30 days. The order prevents Trump from making statements about jurors, witnesses and families of the judge and prosecutors if meant to interfere with the case. Trump has pleaded not guilty and denies wrongdoing. The launch of Boeing's Starliner spacecraft, scheduled to carry NASA astronauts Sunita Williams and Barry Wilmore to the International Space Station, was on Monday postponed after a valve glitch in the upper stage of the rocket set to propel it to space. The director overseeing the launch announced the decision to delay the launch about 2 hours before the expected liftoff from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida, United States. In sports now, India's Manika Batra stunned world number 2 Wong Manio to secure the biggest win of her singles career to progress to the round of 16 at Saudi Smash in Jeddah on Monday. Batra, who recently lost her status as the top-ranked Indian female to Srija Akula, beat China's Wong 6-11, 11-5, 11-7, 12-10 in just 37 minutes. The Indian will face world number 14 Germany's Nina Mittelheim for a place in the quarterfinals. World number 39 Batra began her campaign with a 3-0 win over Romania's Andrea Dragoman on Saturday. Suryakumar Yadav slammed a sensational century as Mumbai Indians beat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 7 wickets to keep their IPL playoff dreams alive. Earlier, Hyderabad posted a total of 173 for 8 in 20 overs, with Travis Head top scoring with 48. Hardik Pandya and Piyush Chawla took 3 wickets each, while Jasprit Bumrah contributed with 1 scalp for Mumbai Indians. Mumbai debutant Anshul Kamboj, who was initially denied by a no ball and a dropped catch, finally took his first IPL wicket after dismissing Mayank Agrawal. Meanwhile, Delhi Capitals will go head-on-head with Rajasthan Royals at the Arun Jaitley Stadium today. That's it in this edition of DD India Live. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on your screens to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.